So Wyatt, you're one of those guys that we heard about way before we saw you on the field because Urban kept talking about you. What did you think you were showing him in practice that you were earning these rave reviews?
I think I was just showing him that I understood his overall message was just go 4 to 6, A to B, and give everything that you got. And I just felt like I showed him that, I was taking him to coaching and was developing and getting better each week, and just listen to what he said and try to just give my best each day in practice.
When you got your battlefield promotion, so to speak, did you feel ready to step into the starting lineup the way you did, or did it feel like a little bit like a deer in the headlights just to start out with?
Well, I mean, there's definitely going to be a little bit of nervousness just because of the fact of I haven't played like an actual football game, I feel like, in so long, but it was really weird. This is what I was saying even after the game to some of my teammates. Like, it felt like I've been playing, and that's credit due to the standard that Coach Meyer holds, Coach Stud holds, and Isaiah Prince and all the other leaders on the O-line hold. So, I mean, I felt like I was ready, and I came out there and just played confident and just listened to what the other guys on the O-line said.
That feeling, now that you can have all of spring practice, all of full practice as the starter, likely all of spring practice as a starter, and camp next year, do you feel like you'll just start next year as like a returning starter?
Most definitely. I mean, if I continue just to listen to all the coaching that I've been given and just listening to the advice of like a guy like Isaiah Prince and Demetrius Long's given me, I feel like as long as I just keep developing and getting better, I feel like it would feel like that.
You were part of that jumbo package, right?
Yes, I was.
Half serious question, how much did that help you feel when you went into the starting lineup that, yeah, I've got some valuable game experience?
It definitely helped, especially once I found out I got that, I was a part of that package too. I was just really excited because, I wanted to contribute, like I felt like I was really contributing to the team, and it definitely helped a little bit, but it's a little different though playing. Yeah, but I mean, it was a different feeling going into the game knowing that you're starting it off and everyone's relying on you to do your job just like how you're relying on them to. So it definitely helped a little bit, but it was still a different feeling.
How badly do you want to play action out of that and then run around?
I really wanted to because, I got hands like Odell Beckham, right. And, I wanted to catch a one-handed one in the end zone, but
no. Show it in practice before they'll do it here?
My coaches didn't believe me when I was saying that, so I never got to actually run a route. So it was probably a good thing because that probably would have been embarrassing if I fell in the end zone or something.
You mentioned the 4 to 6. How difficult is that to do as a true freshman?
I mean, it's really difficult just because, at least for me, coming in and the speed of everything and like with the workouts and stuff like that too. Like at least with me, I was doing stuff that I didn't even know that I could really do, in the sense of like working through being tired and stuff like that, and just the whole overall expectation. And then luckily for me, when I came in, I had a guy like Billy Price, and just like seeing the type of leader he was and the way he would work, like it was almost like I was like starstruck in a sense, just like, wow, like this is the standard. And I still feel like I'm nowhere near that because I still got a lot of improvement to do. But it's definitely hard. But I feel like for any freshman to come in, as long as you just do what you're asked and just give it your all, I feel like it becomes easier throughout the time that you're here.
Is there like a realization when you're watching Billy do what he does, you're like, I am so far from that?
No, most definitely my freshman year. Yeah, just as far as, I was used to going up against guys that it was still good competition, but there'd be some games where I go against guys where I was just stronger than and stuff like that, and I didn't really have to truly rely on technique all the time, just because I could just beat them just due to just me being bigger and stronger. But once you get up here, like the technique, stuff like that, it really matters because it puts you in the right position and stuff. So that was kind of one of my big problems, was just getting used to, especially moving from tackle to guard, and getting used to like the speed of the game and how fast you got to be ready to like change direction, and truly like footwork and hand placement and stuff like that. It all matters because it puts me in the right position. So seeing him my freshman year do stuff like that, it really was like, wow, this is what I got to do. This is how I got to be in the future.
What's the biggest thing you've learned, technique-wise or skill-wise or whatever, like between when you were in high school and now, that maybe got you ready for playing in that Big Ten championship game? Was there like one technique or one tip that either Coach Stud or Billy Price or someone like that gave to you that's really stood out?
I would say definitely playing with body position, and the one tip that definitely stood out to me the most was being in good condition, because early on in the spring game, playing in that full game, there would be times early on where I would get fatigued and stuff, and how that truly can affect your play. And the biggest tip I got was just to make sure that your cardio is in shape, make sure that you are always good with cardio and that you have long stamina, because those drives, they can take a lot out of your body, and you still have to play 100% even when you're tired. So definitely the biggest tip I got was just find a way to work through your fatigue.
Have you dropped weight since you've been here? Or
yes. Mm-hmm.
How much weight have you lost since you've been here?
Well,
I remember like a change in body.
No, I lost a lot of weight. So, because I remember when I came up here on a visit right before I truly got up here, I was about 330, and they told me to come in at 319. So I lost all the weight, came in at 319, and then freshman year they just changed my body completely. And I always trip out looking at pictures of me freshman year and compared to now, because I just look so different. But yeah, I definitely lost a lot of weight, and I'm starting to build it back up with muscle and lifting with Coach Mick.
I mean, your first game, obviously, it's not going to go perfect, but how would you grade your performance, your first game as a starter? How do you think you did, and what's your takeaway? Like, what's the thing that hey, I've got to get better at this before I go Rose Bowl?
I would say that there's a lot of good things that I did, and there were some things that I just felt like I could have done a lot better. And the biggest thing that just stuck with me was truly honing in on technique and stuff like that, because there was a couple times where I would pull around, and because the one that stands out to me the most is a goal line play where I pulled, and Coach Stud would always preach to me, pull tight, and I just pulled around, and the backer cut underneath, and we still scored on it, but JK had to run through him. So stuff like that, just focusing on the little things, is kind of truly what I'm building off of, and just taking in the coaching.
How much of a difference is there between practice speed and game speed? Like, I always hear people talk about, you can kind of be ready in practice, but you don't really know until there's a game. During that game, how different was it to be out there, first team snaps, first quarter, this is not the end of a blowout, this is not a goal line package here and there. How different was that for you to be out there on the field during the game?
It was just very different, because everything started coming in, like the crowd, and then just the matter of the game. We were playing for the Big Ten championship, so I remember during warm-ups, it was just sending chills down my spine, just wow, this is my first game starting, and this is what I'm going into. But I just feel like the way that we practice here, and especially running with the ones, just the intensity and the tempo, and what the coaches expect, I feel like that definitely helped me in the game. Obviously, it was a little different, but I just felt like the practice, I feel like the way we practiced that whole week and how the coaches were on me, it really helped me just to ease my way into the game. And stuff like that. The speed wasn't too different.
Wyatt, what does it mean to you going into your second start, but you get to go back and play in your home state of California?
Oh, it means a lot, just to be able to play in front of all my family and stuff, and friends, and even my high school coaches. So I'm looking pretty forward to going back playing in it.
You have a lot of people trying to get tickets from you for this game?
Yep, I have a whole lot of people trying to get tickets for this game.